Think of the last time you used your phone. You could perform various functions like sending an email, calling, taking a photo, and more. You didn't need to know how it worked internally to use it. Consider Tony's robot, Psychic. Does Tony need to know its internal functionality to use it? Consider the BMI calculator you developed. Do users need to know what calculations are made, or can they just input their data and get the results? The answer to these questions is no. They don't need to know how it all works, only how to use it. This is all made possible because of encapsulation, which is the selective hiding or showing of properties and actions or methods. Encapsulation is crucial because it restricts direct access to some of the object's elements, which is a way of preventing unintended changes in data and functionality. For example, if anyone could access Psychic's internal state or operations, they could modify its workings without you knowing about it. Let's investigate an example with Psychic's battery recharge function. The code consists of a property called battery charge, a method, recharge battery, and another method, display battery level. Let's start with the method, recharge battery. Specific steps lie within the method. For example, plug into a socket. A loop is used to display the charge level, unplug the socket, and display a message that the battery is full. Say a team of coders needs to work on Psychic's programming. Whoever needs to use the recharge battery method in their code only needs to use its name without knowing anything about the steps inside it. This is an example of encapsulation of the method. You only need to call the methods into the main method after you create the class object. For instance, suppose the object name is Psychic Object. You can use Psychic Object dot recharge battery or Psychic Object dot display battery level to call the appropriate method. You can also use encapsulation on the properties of a class by using access modifiers. The private access modifier restricts the visibility of class members. When a class's properties are in private, any programmer could modify it from outside the class. For example, they might set the battery charge of a Psychic robot to a negative value, such as -2, which is invalid and would cause the robot to malfunction. To stop this from happening, you can declare the property battery charge as private. This allows access only within the curly braces of the class, Psychic. You can use public methods called getters and setters to ensure the property can only be accessed or modified from outside the class to maintain encapsulation. Getters allow you to read the values of private variables, while setters allow you to change the values of them. Let's explore this further. By convention, a getter method returns the value of a property. The method name is created by adding the prefix get before the property name, using camel case. The return type of the getter method is the same as the data type of the property. On the other hand, using the setter method, you set values to properties. You can add rules to ensure the correctness of the value. For example, you can ensure that if an attempt to set battery charge to less than 0 is attempted, it does not fall below 0. By convention, a setter should use the prefix set, followed by the property name in camel case. In practice, each property should have the one corresponding setter method and one getter method. Think back to the examples discussed. Using your phone, operating Tony's Psychic, and the BMI calculator. In each case, you saw how encapsulation allows us to use these tools effectively without understanding their internal workings. This selective hiding or showing of properties or methods ensures that data and functionality are protected and used appropriately. As you move forward, reflect on how encapsulation can enhance the robustness and security of your programs. Consider how you can apply these principles to your own projects, ensuring that you protect and manage the internal state of your objects effectively.